that passage that was in here about how helping others is hurting yourself. Those are kind of two different things, but they tie together.
That's a good one. I like that idea.
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
Kind of like, because I could definitely relate to that, kind of like the borderline between helping others and hurting yourself, and kind of the balance in between. I like that.
Why do you think people want to help others?
Because I feel like that's just like natural for humans.
It's natural because you want to be helped yourself, don't you? That's one reason. Another reason?
Recognition.
Recognition. Just because I want to be recognized and I don't feel I show up.
Like a feeling of like being a good person. Like I accomplished something.
That's good because you enhance yourself a little bit, and there is a good feeling to feeling like you've done something good, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
There's a satisfaction.
There's a purpose.
At least a contentment, right?
Yeah.
That you feel.
Yeah. So there's like, we're doing it because we think we're supposed to help other people, but then there's also like, it feels good to help other people, and that's what you're talking about with the satisfaction. And relating to the passage in here that we can read, it's like people think sometimes that helping someone else with something will help them with it too.
Okay, and that's more rare.
And sometimes it does, but I feel like most people don't really know how to help others and turn it in and use it for their own benefit.
Correct. They don't know how to do that. That's part of part of the reason that we even talk about this stuff. It's important to start with oneself. That's what Swami Muktananda talks about, is beginning with yourself. And why wouldn't you? Why would one go outside of oneself and miss that whole idea that I'm the one that needs something. I'm needing the very thing that I am trying to help others with. It's in most of the scriptures of the world. It's labeled that way. In the Christian scriptures, of course, it's very, very clear in the form of a illustration. Does anyone know what it is?
It's like treat others as you would treat yourself.
Okay, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? But there's a more pointed one that says, love your neighbor
As thyself.
as yourself. So why do you think that's always the as yourself is missed?
Because people find it easier to like love other people than themselves.
Yeah. In fact, I had a client just this week that was in exactly that position. It was more easy to love others and do for others than himself. In fact, he was suspicious of women who loved him and cared about him. In fact, they were women he needed to drop, because if they loved him, something was wrong with these women. Can you even imagine someone thinking like that?
Yeah, that's why there's so many toxic relationships.
That's one of the reasons why there are so many toxic
And
relationships.
like fulfilling certain like needs within, because like sometimes people like need to be the person who fixes things, and then the other person needs to be fixed, and so they let other people do that for them.
So there's something to do that has meaningful and makes sense.
Or people help other people because they want to be helped.
Yes, and that's a clear projection, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm helping you because I expect the same in return.
Right. And most people, do they even see that second part?
No.
No, they don't see that part.
But that's partially maybe why it's so like draining to help other people, because you expect it, and if like you don't get it back, because like you can't always like get it back, so they help while secretly like expecting help in return, and they're still like tired.
Okay, so that's good. So what I'm going to say now, most people would not ever think of. But the question is, do you think they would recognize it if someone said this to them? If someone said, well, the reason I'm having trouble answering you or choosing something you're offering me is because even though it seems very charming and very kind of you, I feel your hidden agenda in it. I feel that you're asking me and I feel that you're offering me these options because you have an investment in me choosing one of them.
I don't think people would realize that. Like, the two most common reactions would be anger. Like, what do you mean I was trying to help you? Or, oh, no, of course not. I was just trying to help you. And it would be dismissed. I feel like it wouldn't even be.
Play the victim, kind of, and be like, how dare you think, like, I would have an ulterior motive, you know, and kind of try to turn it back on you rather than...
Do you feel anybody, do you think that that there are people that could understand that statement?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think it takes more self-awareness, though, like, because naturally I don't know that a lot of people would think they were doing that for ulterior.
They would not.
motives.
No, they would not. They would not.
It's very, like, kind of subconscious almost. Because, like, even I can say I'll do that sometimes, you know, where I'm like, do this, and when someone doesn't do it back to me, my feelings will be hurt. And it's not because, like, it's a very subconscious desire, because it's not like I'm doing something and I'm like, oh, they have to do it back for me now. It's like when they don't, then I'll feel upset.
My favorite example of this is what you told me when you were at a party with your friends or something, and you were like, love you, bye, and then they didn't say it back, and you were like pissed off, and you were like, what is, like, why did you say that?
Yeah.
And then she told me that she realized that, like, she was saying it because she meant it, not because she needed to hear it back, you know?
That's true.
Like, why do you say that to people? You say it because you mean it, not because you expect.
And there's an opportunity, is there not, for you, anybody, all of us, at that moment, to walk out and say, I didn't get it back, but wait a minute, let me examine this whole thing. I did it because I meant it, and maybe it'll make me stronger to walk away from this without expecting anything in return. And of course it will, when you get to that, right? When you get to that place, you are stronger.
Most definitely.
You walk away. I had a woman recently, her boyfriend likes to date other women because they're polyamorous. And so she has a lot of problems with that. You would think she wouldn't have problems with it because her position is that I believe in polyamory and what he's doing is okay. It's his choice and I shouldn't be involved in being annoyed or threatened by it. What do I do? Because I get this every time. I said, well, here's what we're going to do. Take your boyfriend by the hand. Go ahead, do it right now. Take your boyfriend by the hand and take him to this girl that he wants to go out with and introduce him and say, here's so-and-so. I want you to have a good time tonight. I'm going to be on my way. And you leave them, walk away from them. And she did it. And as she walked away in fantasy, she got stronger and stronger until she was so content with herself. She wondered why, in the first place, she even cared about the girl or the boyfriend, what they were doing. So that's going beyond just handling something. That's saying, I'm going to turn this around. And if I love somebody, why wouldn't I let him go?